There's a formula that the top 1% of daters know that you don't. It's not about looks, money, or status. It's about creating something far more powerful: emotional addiction. While everyone else is trying to be nice, available, and consistent, the magnetic few are doing the exact opposite. They've discovered that the human brain doesn't crave comfort in romance. It craves uncertainty. Today, I'm going to reveal the push-pull dynamic that rewires someone's emotional circuitry and makes you unforgettable. This is the secret that nobody wants you to know. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the people you wanted most were the ones who seemed just out of reach? That's not coincidence. That's neuroscience. When someone gives you everything immediately, your brain categorizes them as obtained and dopamine drops. But when someone oscillates between hot and cold, near and far, your brain enters a state of obsessive focus. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. The unpredictability creates a dopamine loop that's almost impossible to break. This is the foundation of push-pull dynamics, and it's been weaponized by those who understand attraction at its deepest level. Here's what the masters do in the first 3 dates that separates them from everyone else. They create what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. On date 1, they're warm, engaging, fully present. They make you feel like the only person in the room. Then they pull back, not cruelly, but strategically. A delayed text response, a canceled plan with a legitimate reason, a moment of emotional distance. Your brain, which was just flooded with connection, suddenly feels the withdrawal, and that's when the addiction begins. You start thinking about them constantly, checking your phone, replaying conversations. They've activated your pursuit mechanism without you even realizing it. The push phase is where most people fail because they confuse it with playing games or being mean. It's neither. The push is about maintaining your own center of gravity. It's showing up fully in the moment, then returning to your own complete life. When you text back immediately every time, you're available. When you text back on your own time, you're valuable. There's a massive psychological difference. The push says, I have a life that's fulfilling without you, but I choose to share moments of it with you. This scarcity principle triggers something primal in human psychology. We assign higher value to things that aren't infinitely available. Now let's talk about the pull, because this is where the magic happens. After you've created space, you re-engage with intentionality. Not with neediness, but with genuine presence. You might send a thoughtful message that references a deep conversation you had. You might invite them to something specific that shows you were listening. The contrast between the space you created and the depth of your re-engagement creates emotional whiplash in the best way. Their brain goes from, maybe they're not interested, to, wow, they really see me. This oscillation is intoxicating. It's the difference between a flat line and a heartbeat. Flat lines are dead. Heartbeats are alive. Here's the psychological key that most dating advice completely misses. Consistency creates comfort, but it doesn't create desire. Think about your favorite song. If it played on repeat 24 hours a day, you'd grow to hate it. But when it comes on unexpectedly after not hearing it for weeks, instant emotional spike. You are not trying to be someone's background music. You're trying to be their unexpected favorite song. This requires you to disappear from their awareness, just enough that your return creates a rush. The emotional investment someone makes during your absence is what bonds them to you during your presence. Let me give you a concrete example of how this plays out. You have an incredible third date. Deep conversation, physical chemistry, genuine connection. The amateur move is to text them that night saying how great it was and asking when you can meet again. The master move is to say nothing that night. Let them sit with the experience. Let them wonder if you felt what they felt. Then, the next afternoon, you send one message. I haven't been able to stop thinking about what you said about your childhood dream. That vulnerability was beautiful. See the difference? One is seeking validation. The other is giving it while maintaining mystery. One is chasing. The other is choosing. The dark truth about early relationship dynamics is this: whoever cares less has the power. But here's the sophisticated twist. The goal isn't to actually care less, it's to care about yourself more. When you have a rich internal world, meaningful friendships, passionate projects, and personal goals, You're not performing unavailability, you're genuinely living it. This authentic busyness creates natural push-pull without strategy. You cancel because you actually have something important, not because you're playing games. You take time to respond because you're genuinely engaged in your life. This authenticity is what makes the dynamic sustainable and real. Now let's address the ethical question everyone's thinking. Is this manipulation? Here's my answer. Everything in social dynamics is influence. Smiling is influence. Dressing well is influence. The question isn't whether you're influencing, it's whether you're being authentic while doing it. The push-pull dynamic becomes toxic when it's a calculated game with someone you don't genuinely care about. But when you're using it to create healthy space in a relationship you're actually invested in, it's boundary setting. It's preventing codependency. It's maintaining the polarity that keeps attraction alive. The intention behind the technique determines whether it's seduction or manipulation. Here's where most people self-sabotage with this knowledge. They swing too far into the push and forget the pull. They become so focused on being unavailable that they become actually disinterested. Remember, this is a dance, not a disappearing act. The rhythm matters more than any individual move. After a push, you must pull. After creating space, you must create intimacy. The ratio in early dating should be roughly 60% pull, 40% push. You're mostly engaging, occasionally creating space. As the relationship develops, this can shift to 50-50. But never go 70% push. That's not mystery, that's just absence. Let me share the 3 biggest mistakes people make when trying to implement this. First, they push without having earned the pull. You can't create space in a connection that doesn't exist yet. Build the intimacy first. Second, they use push-pull to avoid vulnerability instead of to protect it. The point isn't to never be available, it's to make your availability valuable. Third, they do it with everyone instead of being selective. When you're genuinely selective about who gets your energy, the push-pull happens naturally with everyone except the rare person who deserves consistent access. That selectivity is the real power move. Here's the ultimate paradox of attraction that the top 1% understand. The less you need the relationship, the more attractive you become. But the less you need it, the more you're able to genuinely appreciate it. So the final stage of mastery isn't about controlling someone else's emotions. It's about being so complete in yourself that your presence is a gift, not a need. When you reach this level, push-pull isn't a technique anymore. It's just how you naturally operate. You engage deeply when present. You disappear completely into your own life when not. You create addiction not through strategy, but through being genuinely addictive, whole, mysterious, present, and free. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 2 weeks, practice this with intention. After a great interaction, resist the urge to immediately follow up. Let the moment breathe. Then re-engage with something thoughtful and specific. Notice how the dynamic shifts. Notice how people lean in more when you lean back slightly. But more importantly, use this time to actually build a life so compelling that your unavailability isn't performed, it's real. Because the ultimate attraction secret isn't a technique. It's becoming someone so interesting, so complete, so engaged with life that people naturally become addicted to the energy you bring when you show up. That's the formula. Now go use it wisely.